I'm Eitan Weinstein.
And I'm Naor Menninger. And you're listening to Two Nice Jewish Boys.
This podcast is made in collaboration with the Jewish Journal.
People have been dancing more or less since the dawn of mankind. Some people were born with it, the dancing gene. Others are so clumsy that they avoid the dance floor at all costs, even if it means the bride will do her first dance with grandpa. Alyssa Chriqui.
Yes.
Alyssa Chriqui is the former. She's a world champion of Salsa and Samba. She's been dancing her whole life, first in Australia, where she was born, and now here in Israel. We're super thrilled to have her on the show with us today to discuss, among other things, how one actually moves like Jagger.
Okay, now I know why you were laughing when you guys were typing that up.
It's Noah's. Credit goes to him.
Okay, well done.
So what's his secret?
The secret to moving like Jagger?
Yeah.
I think it's from dancing from the age of 5, maybe, and many, many hours of practice. But I guess also having a little bit of natural talent is also a little bit of a help.
So it's like singing, in essence? Either you have it or you don't?
I think there are some professional dancers that are where they are because of very, very hard work. And some have had an easier journey by just having natural talent that they've been born with. But I think the top ones in the world are the ones that have been born with the talent and have worked hard. You need a bit of both. Yeah, but the singing, no, I think you need to be born with that.
So neither of us have a chance to make it as dancers.
Well, I haven't seen you guys. If you want to get up now and I'll give you guys an audition,
I think
no
we'll
problem.
save our viewers on Facebook from that.
No, I think the viewers would love it.
The camera might burn.
I'm a good teacher.
Yeah, well.
Why dance? Why did you even get into it?
Okay. I don't think I decided to get into it. It was my mom that wanted us to get into it.
Forced on you.
Yeah, like she's an amazing mother. She was very involved in my life. And I have 2 younger sisters that are also dancers. She could say she's a bit of a show, like dance mom, in a good way, not like those crazy, those television shows. Sorry?
The pusher?
Yeah, she is a pusher, but she's not like to a point where like I used to cry. You know that Dance Moms, is it Dance Moms? It's a show in the United States. She's not crazy. It's a good way.
Did they make it, your sisters?
Sorry, my sisters, like my little sister's very, very good. She's a ballroom dancer. Technically, she's incredible. She actually is in Israel right now, like with me a little bit, and she covers my classes when I go overseas. She's still in it, but she decided to take a different branch. But if she wanted to, she could have. And my middle sister also, she went to a Jewish private school for high school, and she went on a dance scholarship. So yeah, we all pretty good, but I guess I was the one that had the fire in the belly to take it to the next level.
So what does that mean? I never knew that there was competitive like dancing. Okay. I knew that there were TV shows, but I never knew that there was like competition. And what does that competition even look like? Like,
competitions can start from a very, very young age, and it can be an amazing like format for kids to be pushed and have goals to work towards, and for dance schools to have like, their trophies and, have their credibility. It can also get very nasty. It can get too much for certain kids, like aren't built for that competitive.
There's politics?
Like, so sometimes like.
Were you stabbed in the back?
Many times. Everybody has. But there's sometimes where you think like the judges haven't even like watched us dance. Like they were just like on their Instagram, and you see the results and it's just pure politics. But
is there ever crazy shit where like, I don't know, a mom puts laxatives in some kids?
No, I haven't heard of that. I haven't heard of that.
Bribes to the judges.
I think I think not with the kids.
I feel like it's her mom. That's why she's avoiding the question.
No. I wasn't actually really into competition when I was a kid. I started competing when I was like around 15. Sorry, I have to get closer. When I was about 15 years old. I think when you get older, it becomes more like, you know, it's a very intimate industry. And then, you know, your teacher might be your judge, or your ex-boyfriend might be your judge, or, do you know what I'm saying? Because all the professionals, they're the professionals. So there is other politics like that as well. But you try, like, if you have a professional judge, like, if I was to judge, it wouldn't matter if that person was my sister or, you know, my best friend on the stage. Like, you're there to do a professional job. Like, so if you do have a good judging panel, they will stick to their guns, and they will stick to being professional, making sure that they give a, you know, fair comp. But, you know, between like the amateurs to professional, like getting up there, you know, or like competitions that can't fund the best of the best judges. Sometimes there can be politics.
I feel like it's like that in any industry though, right? 'Cause
yeah.
like any climb to the top is going to be nasty in a certain way.
Yeah. I think dancing is very cutthroat.
Yeah.
Like, it's competition, not only competition, like when you want to become a professional, you want to get the job, like certain jobs, you know, in Israel, it's actually not so much like that. I've been being in Israel, I'm very accepted, like with my in Australia, for example, there was some auditions that I took, and many of my other friends and people in the industry. And, you know, dance is an art form. You know, it needs to be pleasant to the eye. And, you know, your look, your body type, what color hair you have, what nationality you are, the way you dance, if it's very, you know, flamboyant or very like, you know, you can get cut or get the job because of those things, not because actually of your talent or your work. Because
it's
like I said,
it's just a matter of opinion. Like,
yeah,
the judge cannot like the way you dance.
Yeah, not even in competition. Like, if I was to audition for like a cruise ship or something, or like a musical, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even about, for example, if they're auditioning for Cinderella, they're not going to be taking, you know, a girl with darker skin, unfortunately. But now, thank God, they made that. Did you guys see that they've made a new Disney princess with dark skin?
But there were
First of all, there's a black genie now.
Yes, sorry, that was it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I think it's really,
genie.
really beautiful.
No, he's black. I mean, he's
no.
in the movie.
No, but
he's
there's
also...
there's a female Disney princess that's black now, and I think, anyways, this is getting off topic, but
What
I
happened
think it's
to
really.
to our world?
But the reason why
It's a joke.
the reason
You
why I
gotta
say that
clarify.
is because there's so many, you know, African American skin dancers. Like, I would say they were born with the talent. Like, you
Is
know,
that racist nowadays?
No comment.
I think they're very, very like the.
It's not PC.
I've come across such incredible dancers, and, you know, not getting the job because of the way you look is a part of reality. It's not what I've, you know, decided or chosen, and it has been a shame. And I have best friends in high school that, you know, came across these problems, you know, and now, like, the world is starting to open and like open their eyes and give more opportunities in other ways. So I think it's a beautiful thing. Like, it's actually getting better. Also, even body types. I would say when I was younger, we were very into skinny girls, you know, which, again, my little sister is very small. Like, we look like we're not sisters.
You can barely see her.
Yeah, she's lucky. She can eat whatever she wants, and she stays like looking like a ballerina. But
That's still an issue nowadays, eating and weight.
Yeah, but I think
in the dancing world?
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian helped us girls out. I think
Just now in the Eurovision, I saw there was this one song with an
French-
obese dancer.
Yeah, the French.
Yeah, but that's just, you know,
It's like a thing now.
it's hypocritical, I think.
No, it was trying to show diversity and loving yourself no matter how you look or what you are and what sexuality you have. And I think, like, the fact of the matter is where she came from. I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100%, don't like hold it to me, but I think there was a video that went viral of her doing I'm going to talk normal terms, but like turns, ballet turns, and you look at her straight away and she's a big girl and you think she's not going to be able to do anything, and all of a sudden she just like whips out these crazy, like, very, very difficult type of dance move, and everyone was like, it went viral because she just, like, she proved everyone wrong. It was like, don't judge a book by its cover. So that same girl that was viral on that video, she took, or he or she, I'm not sure what she wants to be called, took her for this Eurovision
Right,
Like,
but
number.
our American audience have no idea what Eurovision is, I guess. But anyway,
Eurovision is this like song contest that like 200 million people
it's the biggest TV
watch,
show in the world.
but yeah, Americans have no idea what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Australia is participating. So.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
doesn't make sense,
Yay.
right? Eurovision, Australia.
I know, but like
But
we don't
Israel doesn't
belong
make
to
sense
anything.
either.
We need to belong.
But wouldn't you say that the girls who have eating disorders among dancers, like their rate is bigger than girls in higher in the population or something like that?
Like I went to a performing arts high school, and we had musos, dances, so we had drama, music, and dance. And definitely in the dance department, I had best friend, and I have many other friends that, bulimia, anorexia, depression, all three of them at the same time. It is unfortunate. I do believe it's because also you're standing in front of the mirror all day. There is auditions that it's still stuck. We're trying to get out of it. And also we had to audition for this school through ballet and contemporary. So this is also a different genre of dance, which generally does require more of a smaller body. Contemporary, not so much. They do like a bit of muscle and like strength, but ballet is very slender. But that is actually one of the reasons why I moved to Latin dance. I did 16 years of ballet. And
Did you struggle with any of those kind of
I didn't struggle with any
eating disorders?
No, I didn't have any eating disorders, but I did struggle with not getting certain opportunities because of my body.
Ah, I see.
And I was aware of that, but I loved food way too much.
You are Moroccan.
Yeah, Merocaite. But
No one's gonna tell a Moroccan not to eat.
yeah. No, I think, and I was bigger when I was younger, and I think because of the fact that I wasn't allowed to eat, I ate more as well. There was some kind of rebellion there. So I was actually much bigger. I had bigger boobs. I went through a phase, but what happened was actually is that I was told that I'm not, the ballet and the contemporary dream wouldn't be, it's not going to happen.
By whom?
Mentors, people that really cared for me, that were just realistic, that not just, oh, you're fine, but in the back of their mind they're like, you're not fine, you're not gonna make it. Like a lot of people, their parents say you can be whatever you want, or teachers can say that, and I think also having a bit of to be realistic is also good, because so you don't waste your time doing something.
But in retrospect, were they right? You think now you're wiser? Couldn't you have done it?
As a ballet dancer, no. My body isn't built for that. Even my bone structure. Let's say I went anorexic and I lost all the weight I needed to lose. No, I don't think so. And also I think that the fact of the matter is, all my high school that I was eating so much and I found it so difficult to maintain my weight. It just shows I don't have that type, I have a discipline that I have right now, which is before a world championship, I go on to strict diet. I lose about 5 kilos before my comp. I do my competition, in my season, my competition seasons, I lower my weight. And then when I'm done, I go grab a packet of 8 Krispy Kremes and a bucket of ice cream, and I eat that in my hotel room after the competition.
That's
I know
healthy.
it's not healthy.
What you described is okay. So you don't have a disorder, but it is obsession about you constantly.
But it's like that in every sport. I mean, I wasn't professional, but I wrestled in high school, and we would also, before the weigh-in.
You did what?
You didn't know this? I wrestled in high school.
I thought you guys are friends.
Latex. Just picture that for a minute.
What weight?
145 and then 152, tiger weight class. Anyway, so I wrestled in high school, and
is there a video? Wait, is there a video?
There's dude, but
Link will
don't
be
worry.
below.
It was a private Jewish school. We were the Yeshiva Lions.
Oh yeah,
It was not
your coach
impressive
was
in any way.
Give it to him.
We walk in with payas. No, anyway.
Okay.
So
ridiculous.
Before weigh-ins, you like the night before the competition, at the beginning of the competition, there's a weigh-in, and you just like you close the bathroom door, you turn the hot water on, so it turns into a sauna in the hotel room. You put a plastic bag over yourself, and you run in place, and so you sweat it all out. You don't eat. Then
Sweat
you
wet
weigh
out.
in,
I haven't
all
done
the
that.
water weight, and then you weigh in, and then you like eat like crazy a minute after, and if you have a match, you end up throwing up on the mat. Like any, I feel like any sport, any athlete is gonna like do some crazy shit in order to.
You had a fucked up childhood, my friend.
Everybody did it. It was
Listen,
just like normal.
okay, I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if that's normal. Okay.
Completely normal.
I came to like get your back, and now you're
Thank you,
throwing
babe.
me
I
under the bus.
appreciate it. No, listen. You know what it shows? That shows dedication, and I like that, right? And the thing is like it depends. It depends like how far you want to take it. You know, he was really dedicated. It was really like that's how much it meant to him, and he did what he had to do. You know,
but I'm sorry.
Didn't help.
didn't.
Still a scrawny Jewish kid wrestling against.
Yeah.
But no,
Georgia.
I think that whole thing, it's difficult. But it's not even just about dance. Like look at Instagram. Like Instagram does the same thing to everyone. It's not
Right. But if we deconstruct my question,
Sorry.
let's go to ballet. Okay, is it fair to say that in ballet the amount of girls with eating disorder or at the risk of an eating disorder is extremely high?
I can't tell you that, but I can tell you that there is a certain image that is needed to become a professional ballet dancer. And to be a professional ballet dancer, you have to be lifted by men. You have to fit into, you know, Swan Lake, for example. It's everyone needs to look exactly the same. You can't have one. You know, you can't have this fluctuation. You know, it needs to look beautiful to the eye. It's art, you know. But I was told that that's not gonna happen for me. And then from there,
You built yourself.
no, from there I actually came across a class of old people like Salsa and Samba age, dancing salsa in this Jewish community like binyat building, like it's called Hakor Club, whoever is in Australia.
You're in Australia and you happen to want to dance with
Sydney,
senior
Australia.
citizens. Just go.
That's what I did. I went and danced with these senior citizens, salsa.
How old were you?
I was 15, and as a joke. And then the teacher, who was actually Israeli, said to me, I have a dance school in the city, you should come. I started dancing. I absolutely loved it. My body type was, you know, celebrated in this style, you know, of dancing. And then, you know, I moved over to another school called Latin Motion in Australia, and I met my coach, who I've been with for 11 years, and his dance partner, who's also Jewish. Her name's Luda Kreuter.
And he moved here with you?
No. They're there. But I met them there, and I studied a dance, like a choreography for 5 weeks to compete in the Australian Championships when I was 15 with my friend, and we won the youth division, which is the 18 and under. And then when you're good at something and you're accepted in something, you know, you tend to enjoy it.
So
and I found my niche.
Why did you move to Israel? I mean, you were doing so well over there. Why?
But it was for love in the beginning. It's like every surprise.
Bring in the violins.
I was 16 when I met this love of my life in the airport of Australia. I was reading Tfilat HaDerech, and he was after the army service, and lots of things happened.
He was after the army service?
Yeah, he came
and you
to
were
Australia
16.
for a visit, and I was going to Israel for the first time ever for my cousin's bar mitzvah. And I came over to Israel, and he showed me around Israel. I was there for 6 weeks, fell in love, and then I came back to Israel, kept thinking about him, and then I was back and forth like twice to Israel, and then I told him I'm going to make Aliyah for him. So when I was 18, I moved and made Aliyah for him to Be'er Sheva.
Double sacrifice.
Yeah, Sydney, Australia, Bondi Beach to Be'er Sheva it wasn't easy, but it was like I followed my heart, and I did it, and I was happy. And you know, I have a lot of friends in Be'er Sheva right now, and I think it's a beautiful place to raise a family. But to move away from my family and at age 18 with not knowing any word besides like chatul and kelev in Hebrew was very, very difficult.
Those are the first two words you knew.
You know, in school, like in primary school, that's what they say. Like,
but what happened in the end to this relationship?
We were together for about 5 years, but it just didn't work out. But I moved to Australia after like I was in Beersheba for like a year and a bit. I moved back to Australia and I opened a business of like a cabaret events company, like for performances and corporate events. And then I moved back to Israel because I actually, like, being in Beersheba made me fall in love with Israel. I moved,
really?
Yeah, I moved
That's
to
a first.
No, I think
most times it scares people off.
Listen, Beersheba is not like, it's not full of the opportunities that Tel Aviv has, right?
Just to the audience, Beersheba. Should I describe it? I don't know if it's a good idea. It's like in the desert. It's ugly.
Don't say that. It's not
is.
ugly.
It's in the desert. No beach.
I think people that live there, if they have their family and friends, then they're like on top of their world. Like, and there's an amazing university over there.
Yeah.
The thing that's the thing.
Fallujah.
That's the thing that has like I just say like asking in Hebrew, like that was missing for me. Like I didn't have my family and friends there, you know. And I think seeing people in that city, how close they were to their family and friends, which is something that's very different to like where I came from in Australia. That's what I found really beautiful. And like, and then I saw that, and I think I wanted that for when I, Bezrat Hashem, have like a pet, like husband and children. I want to be that close with my children, and I want to have friends, and I want my kids to have friends like they had. You know, it's a very different mentality, like the Israeli to an Australian, you know. And I fell in love with this type of closeness and warmth of the Israeli.
In Australia,
person.
It's not. I mean, there's no like the family life isn't that central.
I come from a Jewish community, like very tight Jewish community in the eastern suburbs. Where we know what's going on with everyone. Like we're very tight, like, you know, it's a very tight community. But I wouldn't say it has the same warmth. No, I would say
everybody hates each other, and
I don't say they hate each other. I would say a lot
like
of it
kibbutz.
is poza, a lot of poza. Yeah, it's a lot about how you look, and like people are people are very wealthy over there. And
this is in Sydney, or
I'm from Sydney. I know that there's other communities in St. Ives and also in Melbourne, but Jews do very well overseas. You know, we're quite strong. So I'm very proud of where I'm from, but it's just, you know, I'm a person that, like, when I want to get taken out on a date, it's not like in Australia I'd be taken on a date with like four knives on this side, 5 knives on that side. I'm like, I don't know which one to use. Here I take out for like, you know, sabich, and it's like, awesome, let's go for a walk, like let's get to know each other. It's more
they're
relaxed.
Late 20 minutes.
Sorry?
They're late 20 minutes.
Yeah, but I like it.
I like that?
It, yeah.
Really?
I like this shchuna. I like this casualness and just like being real, you know?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Did you guys get that?
No.
Because you're from here, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
But wait, I want to get back because you then became the world champion in both salsa and
samba, Brazilian
samba?
samba. Yeah.
What year is this?
So actually this year is when I took my first salsa world championship, which was held in Hong Kong.
How hard is it to be
world championships in like it's very hard.
Like Olympics hard?
You could do it. You could do it. You asked like
never
your
too
planet,
late.
like how hard is that?
No, I want to understand. I can't even imagine.
Like, is this the only world championship? Or are there different?
So I compete in the top ones. Like there's one in this year in Colombia, and there's one in Miami, and there's one in Hong Kong, and there's one in like Puerto Rico.
And you compete in all of them?
I compete in all of them. So, I've taken world championship titles from not only one. I've taken from 3. I've only competed in 3 of them, and I've taken 1 in each of the places.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So what does it feel like to go home with gold?
Fuck it. How
censor that out?
What's in it for you?
It's Israeli.
Yeah.
What's in it for me? No, listen.
The glory.
It's not the glory. It's not the glory, because when I come back to Israel, it's not there like the Olympics. You know, they come back here, they win, and then people are waiting for them at the airport here. You come home, your boyfriend, your friend, your sister's waiting for you in the airport. You go home with your trophy in your suitcase. No one knows about it. It's like that. Israel's not this, but
do they talk about it around the world?
Yeah, and it is shown live all around the world. And it has opened many doors for me. I am like given opportunity. It does give me opportunity to I get flown around the world to teach workshops, to perform.
So no prizes.
No, I want to know what's the cash prize.
The cash prize is actually your reputation and being able to charge a certain amount for your work.
Cheap fucks.
Yeah, it's very, and it's also very expensive.
That's it. He's not gonna go for it. He was thinking about it. He was thinking about it, but
I mean, come on, she's the world champion.
Can't you world champion died in a second?
Something. Give them something, right?
How much would it cost for you to start learning salsa and samba?
Too much. Okay.
But it's very expensive. Like this year, I designed. And got my costumes made too, and it cost me. I'll tell you how much it cost me. 15,000 shekels for two
each?
costumes.
For
both. It's bedazzled in Swarovski crystals.
It's part of the competition. It gives an impression that
10% of your marks, on average, that's in judging criteria, is your presentation. And also when you walk out onto stage and you're looking like the queen of the place, it obviously helps, you know.
You designed the
I design my costumes. I love designing my costumes.
Wow. Wait, so it's bedazzled and Swarovski. Do they sponsor it or do you pay for it?
No. I pay for it. I work hard and I get it done in Australia. So I actually fly to Australia on a job. I work there very hard. So I earn my money in dollars. And then
Australian dollars
to pay for my costume in Australian dollars when I'm in Australia. And then I come back to Israel. But,
it takes a lot of grit to, like, work up the motivation to train for all this time and to work to go compete, bring home a trophy that no one, I mean, not to be too harsh, but no one cares about. Like, you know, just from the show
in the
of
public.
We care.
No one.
Thank you, babe. Thank you.
But like no one, you know, the Israeli public doesn't seem to care about, and no cash prize and nothing. It's like,
okay,
why?
Now
why
you guys
do you
have
do
said
it?
all the cons. I'm gonna say the pros. Okay, so
he said the cons. I didn't say anything.
Okay, so firstly, I'm not looking to get a recognition from just the public eye here. I'm looking to get the recognition from my industry around the world. So I do get that. You know, I do go overseas. Like I said, I get flown overseas and I see the world through my job, which is incredible. And I get to teach, rooms full of people that know who I am, which is like amazing, and I get to perform. And on top of that, because of my reputation, when I do travel or when I am living here in Israel and I do teach my students, who I'm their coach because they also compete, I can take a higher rate than most other people. Like if I decided to stay in Israel and not travel the amount that I do, I can make a salary more than an average lawyer's salary. So, and it does, for example, it's opened a lot of doors for me, like because of that style of dance. And I participated on a television show in Israel, which then opened up doors. And then I started working with Zamarim po, like, Eyal Golan, Moshe Peretz, and the Menzaken.
Dancing?
Yeah, so I've done Shlomi Shabbat clip, Moshe clip. I've done the Otras. I've done lots of the, artists here, video clips and backup dancing in massive, the Al Nokia Arena, like massive crowds. It has done really good for me, and it's a healthy thing. It's a healthy way of living. Like I was in the studio today from 9 a.m. until like before I came here, and I'm all day dancing, all day on my feet. I'm inspiring people like at least once a week I have a student crying in my studio, like because I push them to their physical limits and all of their insides, emotional stuff comes out, and you become like their big sister or whatever, and you become like a psychologist sometimes. And you know, I know that I affect people's lives, and I love what I do. Like I'm very, very lucky that I get to see the world, that I get to perform in the places that I do, and be connected, and wake up in the morning and love to go to work. Like I could not go and sit in an office. I could not do that. Like, you know, I'm my own boss. I don't know. That's my pros, and I could keep going, but I'm not going to. It's amazing. You should try it.
But you were so good in salsa, so why samba?
I do both.
From the get-go?
Yeah, I started salsa first, and then one of my teachers in the school was like, I need you for some gigs. Can you do it? I started doing some gigs, and then there was a comp. I did the comp, and then, you know, just when I go overseas, I compete in both.
Do you
categories.
dance like everything? Like, do you do all other kinds of dances?
Yeah,
as well?
So the commercial work in Israel is mostly hip hop, but it is sometimes I am requested to do a Latin like feel because of what I do. I did flamenco for 6 years, which I think was when I was a kid, which I think is what gave me a lot of my styling in my Latin dancing. I did tap dancing, 16 years of ballet and contemporary. I went to the Performing Arts High School. I'm a very versatile dancer, yeah.
How much of dancing is about sports, enjoyment, art, and how much of it is about sex?
You were waiting to ask that question since before I got here. You were ready with this question. Okay. I don't know what you've heard and why you feel like it's about. What do you mean by sex appeal? Or you mean by sex? Sex like woman and man together, or you mean like selling?
Like, you can ask that about anything, right?
Like it's two different things.
Some things are more sexual than others, right?
Like what?
Like
what's not sexual?
Playing the, I don't know, trombone.
Okay.
The trombone player would probably beg to differ.
No, seriously.
You talking about selling sex like as a show, or you talking about intimacy with a person?
No, selling sex.
Selling sex. I think ballet and certain more classical genres sell less sex than other styles. I definitely believe so. But you know, hip hop, Latin dancing, some contemporary as well. We're telling a story, you know, and a lot of. It's like most of the songs you hear these days, it's about love, right? It's about relationships. It's about, and sex is part of, you know, most relationships, and it's natural and it's real, you know. I think there's a difference between putting it on and not coming from the right place, than to have that natural sex appeal that just comes out. Without having to force it. I think there are certain dancers out there right now that will post an Instagram video now these days that would just be, they're wearing nothing, and maybe the dancing isn't even at a very high level, and, you know, they're trying to get followers by selling sex, you know, like, you know. But if you're dancing in a professional division, like what I do, I know sometimes there's certain choreographies that I might have to do that's very sexy, but my competition choreographies I have sexy moves, but everything that I'm doing requires a lot of technique and a lot of hard work and training, that it becomes, I don't even think about it. Like I'm just thinking about like, how the hell am I going to get through this?
Mechanical.
Like, you're thinking.
But the viewer doesn't know all that.
You want to look effortless. That is the aim of the game. But you want to, my world titles is from being a female soloist. So as a female, I need to represent what a female is, you know, and I think it means to be classy, needs to be elegant, queen, you know, smart, intelligent. And I also think, you know, having a femininity and I need to represent that. So when I do a certain move, I need to look feminine, because I need to be different. To what the male solo world champion is.
But when there's two dancers, when there's a male and a female, or even a female and a female, I guess does it ever get difficult to draw the line between being professional and, because in the end it is kind of this sensual thing, and like has it ever happened maybe that someone crosses the line, or does that happen, or is it that
on stage
difficult?
Or behind stage?
Behind stage, on stage.
If you have a professional dance partner, a lot of the time, like, you'll see that they're actually dating in real life. It does happen. I was dancing with an ex before, and we started dancing when we were exes. And I've had to perform with someone that I was in a relationship with. You live that. To be a dancer, to be a professional dancer, it's not a hobby. It's your life. You surrounded by the same people all the time, and it's like when you're working in an office and there's a girl there that you might think is cute, and you see her every single day.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So in the office you might flirt, but here, there's a lot of touching, there's a lot of feeling, there's a lot of grinding. It's like, is it? No, but like, you described it like. Does it ever cross the line? Like, does it ever get uncomfortable, or is it always like very clear?
I think men actually learn to have respect for women because they get to touch like a woman all the time. It's like, it becomes numb. You know what I'm saying? I do, they're, like I say, they're...
That doesn't sound fun.
No, like hands,
Yeah.
But then they're, that's something about professionals, though. That's professionals. Those are people that, like, do it because they do it for the dance. And that's the people that, I surround myself with. Like, people that do it for the culture, for the music, for the dance. But, salsa dancers, people that start dancing salsa at our age... which is the common age to start. Salsa isn't...
They're going to find a girlfriend, usually.
But they start for that reason. You can sell a dance class for salsa to people so that they can come and meet friends and,
Like single salsa.
Yeah, like people start salsa for this reason. And it's much nicer than Tinder. Like, it's much, more respectful, and you also learn something throughout that, and you also make friends, and you do, like, get to hang out at night, and there is a social thing. Like, here in Israel, there's like every night there's a place to go, like Havana Club, Complex, and there are people that are lonely in this world. Like, we're always talking about it, how social media, and we're always stuck on our phones at home. And actually the Latin scene is a beautiful thing in that way, because every single night, if you are a person that feels alone in life and that doesn't have friends and have that, like people, like interaction, you can go and learn salsa at 8 o'clock till 9 o'clock. And then you go to Havana Club and you dance all night and you meet people and you talk to people and you make friends, and you might meet the love of your life there. And I know a lot of people that have. And I think yes, sometimes things happen. Like, I can't say that things don't happen, but I think it is a good thing as well. It's much more positive, I think so. But I'm a soloist. I don't dance.
Yeah, I don't get it. So is there such a thing as salsa solo salsa?
That's what I do. So it is.
How does it work? People, right? In people's minds, salsa is always a couple.
Yeah. It's like takes two to salsa.
Takes two to tango.
Yeah.
Is there a soul tango, by the way?
I don't know. I'll check out and I'll let you know.
Okay. Because then,
every time anybody ever says that, I'm gonna be like,
actually, Alyssa Chriqui said to me. Well, it actually originated. Salsa originated from a place where it came from African dancing and Cuban, Afro. And that was a lot of this dancing was also happened solo by yourself. And this is what I'm dancing. And it has I love it. Like, I love knowing that if I want to go and get a job that's in I don't know, Italy or something like this, I get a job and I can go and fly and I don't have to ask anyone. I'm on my own agenda.
You said Italy, you bought him. He's obsessed with it.
Oh, really?
But is there an age like a soccer player where you, like after a certain age like you need to retire? Is that the same in the dancing world?
It's different in the Latin scene, I would say. Like I think in the more classical scene, it's around maybe 30 to 35, I would say. But in the Latin scene, it is an older age. But you know, the nice thing about dance, you know, unlike, okay, you have to look good, just like a model would. You know, you have to take care of your body. You need to, you know, be fit. You need to, you know, it's a lot of work. But then that's not it. Okay, your looks fade, and then that's it. What do you do? But dancing, we can teach, you know? So that's my plan. Like I am a teacher right now. I'm a full-time dance teacher when I am in Israel. But when I do, you know, one day, Bezrat Hashem, have my other dream, which is having a family life. I plan to open up an academy and become a teacher, choreographer. You know, it's not like you reach that limit and then like, what now? There is what to do after.
So if there's a Jewish community somewhere in the world, they want to have you for a master class or something of the
Why
sort.
Why Jewish community?
That's
like
our
non-Jewish
audience.
community. Jewish
community. For the audience, right? Okay.
So how do you do that, and how do they contact you?
I've got Instagram and Facebook.
Okay. Do you do that though? Like people can invite you.
Yeah, people can invite me. That's not a problem. I used to when I was a little girl. I was more religious. I used to be a B'nai Kiva girl, and I used to teach Zumba to the religious women in my community in the B'nai Kiva hall. And they used to come and they used to take off their skirts and take off their like shaitels. And they were the wildest students I've ever had. It was amazing, but they like let loose. Like I put some J-Lo on and I'll be like shaking and they'll be like, wow. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like they really,
Wow.
Yeah, but think all day you're in a skirt. Like it's
pent up.
I was like I come from I have an uncle that's a rabbi in Sydney. I come from my grandfather's black hat, you know.
Right.
So, I wanted to help out that part of my community.
Right.
And they loved
the suppressed women.
No, I wouldn't
Judaism.
say suppressed. No.
I
It's
would.
their decision, and they're
I
happy
would.
with it. But no,
That's for another podcast. I guess.
That's a different.
So you
podcast.
don't have a website though? You have only Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah,
You got to make a website.
One day. I don't have time for this stuff. I'm like so busy, but no, Instagram's fine for me now.
Right.
So if you guys want to get in touch with Alyssa Chriqui,
spell it.
which is Chriqui. Oh my God.
That was incredible. Wow. Well done.
Alyssa Chriqui. So then hit her up on Instagram or Facebook. Before we go though, we have a collaboration with the Jewish Journal.
Yes.
I don't know if you've heard of them. JewishJournal.com. They're a news outlet in Los Angeles. They have great columns, great podcasts other than ours. So check them out, JewishJournal.com, guys.
And we accept donations. So please go to twinjb.com/donate and give us a fair sum of your monthly.
A schmeckle. Give us a schmeckle.
Well, I said so many times, fuck this episode, so we can say schmeckle, I guess.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
It's an
guys.
inside joke.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, and good luck.
Good luck with everything.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.